And the next one we have up is a movie only me and Kyle, I feel, have seen. It's Room, and
Mm.
we've seen it
Yes, I have
recently.
not gotten
Kyle,
to watch that one yet.
yeah, Kyle, just what do you think about this film? This was a mind bender in
Okay,
many ways.
I want to start out. I have a lot to say about Room. This was a movie that I was not at all expecting to capture me quite the way it did. Um, when I first sat down, and spoiler alert, by the way, major, I'm going to be talking a lot about some very specific details involving The Room. But in the very beginning of the film, I went into this without ever having read a bio or seen a trailer. I knew nothing about the movie, and it took me a little bit to catch on to what was really happening. And when I did, just I was hooked instantly, instantly. And I was so rooting for these people and I felt so bad for them. And they just did such a good job. I don't think we can talk enough about Brie Larson's performance.
Great
It's
performance.
so good, sold me, and I felt the connection between the mother and son. I really did. I felt like the chemistry was really there. They knew what they were doing, and they knew the movie that they wanted to make, and that point came across. And they really hit home the points they were trying to hit. You felt what they wanted you to feel when you watched this movie, and it was just such a ride psychologically.
Yeah, it had great direction.
Mhm.
With it's hard to direct kids very well,
Yeah.
and they were able to do a good job. It definitely overshadows young Jaden Smith's performance in Pursuit of Happiness. So
Oh.
we can root out
Shots
that.
Really,
fired. Oh
I
my
mean,
god.
that's a really good comparison actually to bring up because they are about the same age, and there is a very, very large difference, I think, in the terms of how much acting you get out of Jaden Smith in a movie like that compared to the boy in this movie.
Yeah,
He really impressed me. When they tell you, this is a little 5, 6 year old, you're like, no, this kid is
no.
older than he should be, but yet at the same time so stunted
Yeah, I mean, he's been with his mom from day one
from
in the
day one.
same room.
In the
You
same
could
room.
feel how a kid would develop maybe a little bit more because of all the time that they're spending with a parent. So it had great direction. I did feel at the beginning of the film it was kind of hard to get through. The dialogue was a little spotty. You had the kid
Yes,
yelling at unexpected points, and it's
completely
like,
agree.
why are you doing this? My mom watching it, she just she was just like, why isn't this girl just slapping the crap out of this kid right now? He's going a little crazy. But so it was a little hard to get through. Spoiler alert, they are in a room and they do get out of this room
Yes, they do.
at some point. And I saw a trailer before it, so I knew that they were going to get out of the film. But I feel like once they got out of that room, the movie it definitely felt less confined because they're not
Oh
in a
my god.
room.
That's a
But
great thing. I want to talk about that. I think that they unintentionally created that.
yeah,
They unintentionally created this whole feeling, and and although I think they were trying, it felt like well you were watching the beginning of this movie, you felt like you were trapped, like you just
yeah,
it was so small scale and it was a little boring, and you felt like there wasn't a lot going on, and then all of a sudden he's out he's
yeah.
out and it just it
Oof,
just and it's just it just opens up. You feel like the whole world's opened up and so many more possibilities can happen, and the whole
it has.
voiceover that the kid does just absolutely was great. I love the writing, whoever wrote those lines that the kid was saying. It
Yeah,
was great voiceover work, but I'm a sucker for voiceovers.
yeah, I do want to say, Kyle, that the writer of Room was also, well, at least the director. The director of Room was also the director of Frank, the movie with Michael Fassbender, who puts on
You're
a
not
big
gonna get
plastic
me to
head.
watch Frank.
In my opinion, that is a good movie. I have not yet got Kyle to see that movie, but I'm still working on it, guys. So
Uh,
if you've seen the
Jesse, we're
movie,
gonna Jesse, we're gonna get together and do a whole episode about it. Just that
we
movie.
are going to do a whole episode
Whole
of Frank.
I really don't want to have to watch Frank, guys. I'm sorry. I love
Lenny
Michael
bad.
Fassbender,
Abramson
but that's a giant wooden head.
Lenny
Too bad.
Abramson, the director. All right, all I'm gonna say.
Let's move on from Room. I think it was a
Okay.
great movie, really low budget, did a lot with what it had.
Yeah, great movie. Now we can pretty much skip The Big Short. We none of us have seen that movie. I really want to see the movie. It's got a lot of big actors in it. A lot
I
of
heard
big
Christian
actors.
Bale's performance was incredible, so I feel like we need to at least mention that. I've
He
heard
was nominated.
very very great things, and I fully anticipate seeing this film at some point
Yeah, it's
in
gonna
the
be
near future.
interesting.
Hopefully, sometime here in the near future, we'll get around to watching it, and
Yeah,
we'll bring it back as a small topic.
yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like it's good. I'm sure we'll all enjoy it.
yeah. I mean, in the financial crisis of 2008 wasn't exactly big in our lives of going to school and then coming home and playing video games.
Hey, it was
But
hard on everybody.
it was hard on everybody that was our parents. And then it kind of affected us. We didn't think twice about it. But all right, what do we have next? We have The Martian. Wow,
Ooh.
Oh,
what a film on Mars, Alex.
All right. Both Kyle and Jesse know this about me. I'm very big on sci-fi. I like sci-fi, and Ridley Scott's one of those directors that when you mention any kind of science fiction or even sometimes horror movies, Ridley Scott's one of the first people to pop in your head just because of how stunning he makes everything look and feel. Everything feels so real, and just it gives you a sense of surrealism as to, oh my God, I'm on Mars with Matt Damon, and it just every opportunity he had to encompass the audience, he managed to do that.
hmm
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, Ridley is one of the founding fathers of the whole horror sci-fi combination, and I think that
Yeah.
he what he did in his early years just absolutely set the stage. And for him in this stage in his career to be handed a book like this and be able to create with an actor like Matt Damon, he knows space like it's his backyard. Okay, he knew exactly what to do and how to have fun and enjoy this movie. And I really feel like him and Matt Damon had a great time creating this, and it shows. It's so you're literally in a desperate situation, a situation no one should ever live, and you feel like Matt Damon's making the best of it every day. It's so good, so well done, such a good movie. I love that it was nominated. I was a little skeptical after I saw it. I wasn't sure that they were going to, and by they I mean the Academy, really look at it as heavily. But they surprised me and they nominated it, which I believed it absolutely deserved to.
Yeah, Ridley Scott on the atmospheres he creates, coming all the way back to Alien, Blade Runner, now going here into The Martian. When it comes to his directing ability and his actors, he puts a lot of faith in his actors to do what they do, and he's a very actor driven director, which not all directors are. James Cameron, probably. He's
Alfred Hitchcock.
Alfred Hitchcock. But The Martian is fantastic. I've seen it about 3 or 4 times. Now, it is a lot of time for the movie to seem like it might drag on a little bit, but it doesn't.
At all.
Mainly because of the humor in it, which is so much comedy in the film. The Golden Globes decided to pan it as a comedy and give it an award for best comedy of the year. It did not seem like a comedy, but
it was funny. It really
was a very funny movie.
Way more humor in it than I anticipated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, I mean the stuff on Mars, fantastic. I was even riveted by when they were back on Earth doing all the science to communicate with them.
Oh my God.
That was very interesting.
I loved the small role Donald Glover had. Great.
Yes.
He's a hilarious, and again, talking about the comedy in this film, so unexpected to see a comedian like that come into a role like that and be funny and entertaining.
It worked.
And pull off that character with such ease.
I mean, we all know when he's describing his plan with a stapler and the pen. I mean, it was just it made so much sense, and it was such an interesting and unique way to explain the situation. I just so many aspects about this movie were great, all the way down to the last scene when he's teaching in the class. So I mean,
Oh yes.
Martian was just a great movie, and I think that everybody involved did a good job. Even I didn't see an actor in that movie that I thought fell short.
Yeah. Really though, it all worked out.